What's up, guys? Hope you're doing well. I'm going to try and do this more often. It's going to be like a daily review of the markets, what trades I took. Today, I actually took two trades totaling a profit of 800. Those were on cash and funded accounts. And I want to go over what trades I took and just basically explain why I took them. My past self actually would have probably taken the opposite trade and I would have lost. But I also kind of use past versions of myself a couple of years ago when I was not profitable, when I was losing a ton of money going on tilt. I try and use the mindset that I had in that time to also justify, it's almost like a confluence for the trades that I currently take. Now, of course, it's more than just trying to fade my old self, but I want to explain to you kind of what I mean by that and what trades that I took today. The first trade that I took today is the 2nd of December, and this one was actually called live on YouTube. If you guys don't know, I live stream NQ, not every single day, typically on days with Red Folder News. But this one specifically, if you go to my live streams, you will see that I took this trade at 10:17, this 1 minute IFEG. It was more than just an IFEG setup that I liked about it. I liked this big down close candle, and I liked the fact that we took hourly buy side liquidity. So if we go back to the hourly chart, you will see this internal high right here was taken out for the first time when we zoom into the 1 minute right here. So when I saw this immediate lack of displacement above this high, I took a scalp short. Where did I take it to? To the body of this candle. So I actually closed the trade for about $300 profit. You will see that again live. If you go to my live streams, you will see it for the at this time on December 2nd. And so I took this scalp and I booked $300. And then I was basically just waiting for more setups on the day. I was expecting this internal low to get taken, but we never did. We inversed this 1 minute IFEG. This is actually a decent long setup. I didn't take it, but we ended up trading all the way up to the new week opening gap, okay? And this is where my younger self would probably be trying to chase price. If you notice this black line right here, this is 4-hour buy side liquidity. So what do I mean by that? If you go over to the 4-hour chart, I think it's also on the daily. It is on the daily as well. It's a very obvious high that the market is likely to target, right? So if I was to go back, I can't really do it with replay, but on this 4-hour candle, okay, you can see that it wicked. But at some point, this was a full green candle, full bodied, right here. This entire thing was a full green candle. And as a new trader, I would have looked at this. Let's just say I was red on the day already, or I wanted to chase a move. I would expect this to get hit. And so I would try and chase price when this was a full bodied candle, and I would get smoked. So I want to explain to you what I saw on the 1 minute chart when this happened. Okay, so I'm going to go forward in price. Whoops, that's not what I meant to do. Let's go back again to this right here. This is where we kind of were, right? So there was a new week opening gap. And one thing I want to tell you guys is that if you see a very strong level of liquidity right above a new week opening gap, especially if it's late in the day, like lunchtime where we typically have reversals, never try and long kind of in between the buy side liquidity and a new week opening gap. A lot of the times what we'll end up doing is we'll manipulate up right above the new week opening gap and then collapse. And what even gave me a more obvious signal that this was going to happen was this internal low right here. You can see this very obvious wick. Okay, so a lot of new traders, when they see this in the market, they're saying, okay, we're making higher highs and we have buy side liquidity. So I think if I just long here, we're going to hit buy side and we're not going to retrace down to this low. And that is a pretty big mistake for a lot of new traders. So I'm going to forward the market a little bit here and show you where I was looking for a trade. Basically, I was looking for some kind of a manipulation move higher and a big dump down. That initial dump to me would signify, hopefully, I was looking for an IFEG, but didn't actually give it. You'll see that in a second. But a big dump here back to the new week opening gap would symbolize to me or signal to me a potential change in market structure shift to go down to this internal low. So when we move forward, right here, we had 3 up close candles, and we had this big push down. There wasn't an IFEG here, which a lot of IFEG traders are looking for that. But for me, this model specifically, I've seen this time and time again where we form this internal low, very obvious. And then We induced traders to go long, and then we completely collapsed. So right here was where I entered my first short. Okay. Now we were very bullish on the day, so I wanted to take a partial to at least guarantee or lock in some profit. So my first take profit for this trade, I took 2 contracts. My first take profit was at this low, and I was holding the secondary one to this low. And I got lucky, right? We came down and we did take out this low. So I got half of my position off, but we didn't end up going straight down to sell side. So this is where a lot of traders will mess up. They think that, okay, we didn't go all the way to sell side, we must still be bullish, and they'll keep trying to long to get up to this high. So they get induced. Okay, so we didn't quite get to the low yet. They get induced, and then we see this IFEG, right? Here. So this is where traders that only trade IFEGs get smoked. I was still expecting this low to get hit, so if you saw this IFEG, some people try and long it, and they end up getting smoked. So in this case, technically you did not get stopped out on the trade, but your target would be probably this internal high. Maybe you would take partials in here if you wanted to, but I don't know. It's not a good IFEG in my opinion. You can see we kind of get chopped around, and then we get a close below it. So this is technically a stop out on the trade. Although if I were in this, I would probably take my stop to break even when this high hit. But basically what I was looking for here, guys, not this woman at IFEG. I was looking for an optimal trade entry short. So ideally, what I've seen happen in the past is that we come all the way up to the top of the new week opening gap, and it aligns with that OTE entry, right? The YouTube 2022 model short for ICT. Your entry would be here, take profit would be at this low. So I was waiting for that, and finally we got it. So I entered my second position, I believe, when this internal high hits. So we haven't gotten there yet, but I entered it in this fair value gap. So let me just make sure that we get that real quick. Okay, so I entered the trade right here. So I entered another contract right there, and my final take profit was this low. And you can see here that as we skip forward in price, we got an immediate dump, and we were able to take sell side. So that was a $600 trade, give or take, and then this trade was a $300 trade. So I was able to book about $800, maybe a little bit more, but with all the fees and whatnot, I think it was closer to 800. But yeah, so that was pretty much what I was looking for. My old me, again, would have taken a long right here, gotten stopped out, gone on tilt, tried a long here, got stopped out on this leg right here, then tried to long again, get stopped out, and then get angry, or maybe try to short and then get angry and get stopped out. Like, there's so many different things I would have tried as a new trader and just gotten smoked in all of this PA. And I just know that, my old self would try to long here, trying to get to this 4-hour buy side liquidity, and then I would get smoked. So I know now that when we get a manipulation candle down to a new week opening gap, this is a great short entry. And we target the first internal low that is obvious. So in this case, it is this low. I always take partials, again, just in case we are super bullish and we just get a complete reversal, because no matter how right I think I am, can always be wrong. And then, of course, entered a secondary OTE to this low. And so that's that. Really quick, I will go over a couple of positions that I've added in our Discord community. If you guys want to join that, you're welcome to. Link will be in the description below. But we added ASML here as a big long-term hold at the mean threshold of this fair value gap. And we did this in early November. If you don't believe me, actually, I will pull up the alert on Discord. So you can see here on the 6th of November, sorry guys, can you hear me? I don't know if it glitched out. On the 6th of November, we finally came down to this optimal trade entry, and we entered ASML. You can see in the picture that it was right here at the 3-month fair value gap. And you can see from there, we have had a huge move up so far. I think we're up almost 10% of the position. Another one we've been adding pretty heavily is Celsius at this 3-month fair value gap. I don't know if I have that up here, but let's see if I search for it, it'll probably be easier. But this is stock ads, so we'll go to swing trades. Let's see here. Here we go. Ticker symbol Celsius. We were adding in the 3-month fair value gap. I explained why. So that one we're doing pretty well on. I doubled my position in it as well as Boeing, which I also called. We're having a big move on Boeing. I added this below 150. So that is a good one as well. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Just went over my trading day. One other thing I will point out, if we go to the replay mode, a pretty good trade that happened in the afternoon session. I did not take this personally, but it was a great trade. We took out internal sell side, and we formed perfect equal highs above. So right here, when we got this 5-minute IFEG, this was the entry. We also formed an order block on the 5-minute. So my stop was a hard close below the 5-minute OB, and my take profit was the equal highs. I say my, as in like if I was in this trade, that's what I would have done. But you can see that we had a perfect buy model up to these equal highs. But yeah, guys, that's it. If you guys want to join the community, link will be in the description below. We're currently running a free 3-day trial. I try and live stream almost every day on YouTube. So if you guys want to watch that, make sure you subscribe and tune in. Also follow me on X. That link will be in the description below as well. I post there almost every single day, just insights. You guys can DM me there, ask me questions. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I wish you guys the best of luck this week and look forward to seeing you in the live streams. So best of luck, guys. Peace out.